Greetings and salutations. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I'm a personal trainer, motivational speaker, and modern-day performing strongman. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day performing strongman is picture the strongmen of old, like the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass, and the style of feats of strength shows that they would do. I do a similar thing, but with a modern-day twist. Some of the feats of strength I've performed as part of a live show are things like bending steel bars, breaking chains with my chest, rolling up frying pans, twisting horseshoes, even holding back a high-performance motorcycle taking off at full throttle. Now, being a modern-day performing strongman and knowing that this sort of thing isn't that common these days, I know that some of you have some questions for me. And in an effort to spread the gospel and strength by giving you guys what you want, I started a YouTube series called Ask Eric Moss, where I would invite you to ask me a question by dropping it in the comments below. And when you do that, I get back to you with your very own custom video. Pretty cool, right? So this question comes from Daniel Roses. And they said, "Hello, Eric. I recently started training with Isometrics 3 weeks ago. I follow the pattern of 6 sets of 6 seconds tension. Oh, that's tough to say. With 8 exercises that Alex Zass did. I do it 4 times a week after my normal sessions of calisthenics and kettlebells. My question is, with this kind of schedule, I can achieve the strength for bending steel and chains? Thank you." Thank you for asking that. This is kind of a loaded question, so I'm going to try to I'm going to try to take this one part at a time. So, 3 weeks prior, you asked me this question way back in August, and I finally got a chance to getting around to it. So, sorry about the delay. But I'm very busy. You know, this personal training studio keeps me very busy, as well as, you know, having my other business and being a father of 2 and a marriage to keep strong. And, you know, I got a lot of balls in the air, so to speak. So, with 3 weeks of training, that should be enough time to start actualizing some of your strength gains, and you might notice some of them. 4 times a week sounds like a bit much for 8 exercises with 6 sets of 6 seconds tension, in addition to calisthenics and kettlebells. Honestly, what I would do is I would probably dial back a bit, but your methods of recovery, you might be recovering more effectively than someone like me does. Now, to answer the actual question, with this kind of schedule, can I achieve the strength of bending steel and breaking chains? Yes, but it's not because of your schedule. See, my approach to training, and this is something that was told to me by Slim the Hammerman Fireman that ended up changing everything that I do about like my programming, is Slim said something to me that really hit home. He said, and this applies to you as well, he says, "Son, did you know that there is a power within you that is equal to every strongman in history, including me?" So, he goes on to tell me that there are numerous times throughout history when ordinary people are able to perform superhuman feats of strength when put into life and death situations. He says it's got to make you wonder, if that power is within them at that moment that they need it most, isn't that very same power in every single one of us? Question is, how do you bring it out? So you see, Daniel, it's not achieving the strength. It's accessing the strength that is already there. That's what's needed to bend steel and break chains. Now, those people that are in those life and death situations, they are reacting to a situation, right? By turning off everything in their head and just going for it. When I'm out on stage, I'm proactively trying to achieve that mindset, and there's different levels of this stuff, right? And strength training is actually about teaching your body that, like, we have the strength and it's okay to grant us some more of it. So if you are trying to bend steel and break chains, I would practice the isometrics in a specific way that applies to bending steel and breaking chains. Now, a lot of people are asking me about isometrics with the iso chain, and that's a good way to build general strength. But what I mainly use isometrics for is the specific application of bending steel, because there's nothing so specific to bending steel as bending steel. You know, the ranges that I would have to get strong is only maybe about that big for bending steel. So I need to be able to provide a lot of power in a very short range of motion. Now, for your 6 seconds of 6, I'll tell you what I'm doing now is I came up with something. It was like an application of tactical periodization done to isometric training. And this is something that I learned in the RKC kettlebell instructor course, where you would vary it daily so that, because you're not peaking, you're not doing like a 12-week build-up to specifically peak on a given day. My shows are scattered throughout the month, scattered throughout the year. As an example, today is Friday when I'm filming this. I plan to upload it onto YouTube on Sunday. The following day, I have 2 shows locally, and that's on a Monday. And then on Wednesday, I fly out for a show that I'm doing Thursday in Scottsdale. It's tough to try to peak for every single show that I do, so I just have to make sure that I'm building up my general strength, and I have to change things around while keeping it the same but different. That was something that I learned from Pablo. Same but different. So what I do for the isometrics, specifically in my case, is I'll take a pair of dice, right? And I'll roll it, and the amount of dots that are on the top are going to be the amount of time under tension measured in seconds, right? And then I'll take a single dice, and I'll roll it, and that will be how many rounds I do. So it's never quite the same. It's always changing, and I only do that twice a week. And that is to prevent myself from burning out prior to a show while keeping enough frequency in order to continue to elicit gains without interfering with all of the other things that I'm doing. So I hope that answers your question, Daniel. If anybody else has any questions for me, drop it in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you with your very own custom video. In the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.